Well, hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. My name's Jenny and I'm that props girl. And I am so excited to finally bring you guys this tutorial. I have been talking about it and planning it for months and it is finally here. I'm showing you guys how I made the invitations for the ball in Cinderella. And before you go on and say, I'm not doing a production of Cinderella, this isn't relevant to me. If you are making invitations for a wedding, for a party, or for anything, this is the easiest tutorial that anyone can do to make invitations look old-fashioned and fancy, and it is so cheap. So if you're on a budget, this is for you. Honestly, I would have these as wedding invitations. They are that good. You do not want to miss the rest of this video, so stick around. Be sure to smash the like button because it lets me know you want to see more content like this, as well as consider hitting that subscribe button and bell so that you don't miss any of my upcoming content. And with all that said and done, let's jump into this video. First of all, just for our supplies, you are going to need some card paper of some sort of size. I just went with an A4 card paper. You could go with certificate paper or you could go with normal paper, but I do suggest using a thicker paper just for durability. And you will also need some ribbon of some description, and I went with some wax melts. Now these are the ones that you can put into a hot glue gun. You could also use regular wax melts if you like. And you will need some sort of emblem stamp to press into the wax. You'll also need a printer and a device to do all the digital artwork on. And I do also recommend some other type of glue like a craft glue, or you could use something more durable like Tarzan's grip as well. Now, if you followed along with the Cinderella vlog series, you will know where I got a lot of these supplies. If you guys didn't catch that series, I will link it down below for you. I will link the actual vlog that this happened in up above, but if you missed it, I went to Kmart and I bought one of their packs of craft paper. You get 25 sheets in that. And I also bought the wax from there and the emblem stamp. Now, these are all really cheap. Now, I needed to make about 50 invitations, and that was also inclusive of spares. If you're working in theatre and working with kids, you know you need a lot of spares for things, but if you don't need that many, then you probably only need one pack. That works quite well. Now, these do print in a normal printer, which was what I wanted. So you just need to check when you are buying your card paper that it will work in a regular printer. If of course you don't live in Australia and you still want to buy products like this, I will link down below some options on Amazon as well. Next, I jumped into Canva. So if you guys are not familiar, canva.com is a great free online software that you can use. Program. Anyways, it's a website that you can use online to do graphic designs, and I have a pro Canva account, which means it unlocks a lot of the extra bonus features. If you don't have a pro account, you can unlock them just by a single purchase. If you just want to use like one template in particular, but you don't want to pay for a subscription, that's an option for you. Or there are also a lot of free options as well. You just need to search for the free ones. But in Canva, if you go to Canva's website, you can type in into templates and all sorts of things. I typed in invitation and a lot of different invitations came up. Now, if you're wanting to customize a design, you can pick any one of these and edit it as you like and print it off and you're done. There are so many options to choose from, and Canva is the easiest interface to use. So I highly recommend checking out canva.com. This video is not sponsored at all, but I have just been such an avid user of the program, and anytime I need to do something like this, if you guys saw my newspapers tutorial, I also use Canva for that. It's just so phenomenal for graphic design, and you don't have to be a professional graphic designer to do it, which is the awesome thing about the program. Anyways, I jumped into Canva and I found a template that I liked and I customized it. I actually made it all black and white just because it was going to go on stage. I didn't think that it warranted all the color, and also Cinderella is set, you know, back in printing press days. They didn't have color. So I designed it how I liked. And now I know that of course the audience wasn't going to see the entire contents of the invitation, but I like to put in those little extra details for the actors, and I found that they really enjoyed the extra mile that I went. Completely up to you. Obviously, if you're doing this for a wedding, then obviously you need to put in all those details, and you can print it in color as you like. This is a little bit of a screencast of what I did to do all the design work. Once that was done, I just printed them off and I was super, super happy with how they turned out. I had to lay them flat for a little bit though, because the heat of the printer did make the paper curl a little bit, but that's okay. You can just put it under a heavy book or something. It was totally fine in the end. And now because I was doing so many in bulk, I went through and did this in stages. The first thing I did was actually get a silicone mat, and I went and did all of the seals. So I had my glue gun going, and I actually had 2 of the wax press crest things. And I just went through and did that. It didn't take me very long. The wax dries really, really quickly. You just want to make sure that it is almost 100% dry before you start lifting them off, because they can rip if you don't do that. And then I also went and cut all of my ribbon. Now I like to sear the ends of them over a flame. You can also do it with nail polish as well if you don't want to use fire, or just a gas lighter. All of these methods work really well, but I do recommend searing the edges, because if the ribbon snags, it'll just ruin the whole thing. Then I took all of the printed copies and I folded them. Now I did the 3/4 fold. Now if you've ever received a letter in the mail from somebody who's not a friend or like a organization or something, this is how they fold the paper. Normally I did it so that the top bit was overlapping a little bit of the bottom one, and so there was a perfect place to put the wax seal. Now, because it is wax, so you have to bear in mind you can't use hot glue with it. So this is where the other glue will come in. You can also use glue dots as well. I found that they were really effective to stick the seals down, but if you do think that you need some more oomph to holding them down, then that's when another type of glue like Tarzan's grip would come in handy. What you can do is use hot glue if you like to stick the ribbon on, and that's what I did. I didn't really measure it, I just kind of eyeballed it, but if you want to measure it to get it exactly on center, I suggest doing that. So I started with the front side, glued the ribbon down, and then wrapped it around the back, and then glued underneath the other side as well. I didn't glue the whole way around the ribbon. I didn't think it was necessary. I just literally glued the start and end of it in place. And that was honestly it. They turned out so well. It was just phenomenal. I was absolutely blown away by the end result. They looked fantastic on stage. And as I said, these would be so good, so easy, and so cheap for a wedding. If you want to use the exact template that I created to make my invitations, then you are more than welcome to click the link below. I do charge a small fee for it, but if you click on the link, it'll take you through to the page where it is sold, and you can purchase it along with, if you're interested in getting my newspaper tutorial, that one's also available as well. Now, if you find that doing all the graphic design for these sort of things is just not your thing, or you don't have time to do any of that, you can actually pay people to do it for you. If you head on over to fiverr.com, there are a lot of people who are willing to do graphic design work for you. I will put a link down below for Fiverr if you're interested in getting somebody else to do all of the work for you. There are so many different options, and not just graphic design. You can literally find people to do absolutely anything on Fiverr. It's such an amazing platform of creators. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will put all the links down below to all of the materials that I used. Let me know what you thought of the invitations, and if you're going to try this for yourself at home. And if you guys didn't catch my Cinderella vlog series, I recommend checking that out, because it was a whole bunch of fun if you want to see some behind the scenes of how I prep for a show. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button and consider hitting that subscribe button and bell so that you don't miss any of my future tutorials and vlogs and videos and all the fun we have on this channel. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.